YouTube and their thumbnail making issues. Oh no, you don't have the right size, the right type, blah blah blah. You're stuff fixed YouTube. Seems that hard to make a thumbnail.
Yeah, well, hey everybody, Eric Virathaler of Virathaler Studios here once again, and we're here for the next segment of this retrospective of my most popular series, and we're at Jaws: The Revenge, one of the longest pissed off videos ever in the series.
Hey, well, while we get this set up, feel free to share the link on your community page if you want to.
All right, works for me.
Like, do you need the link or you got?
I think I got it. Let me check. Do 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 do.
Speaking of your humming, can you talk about? I heard you're proud of music
Oh,
video.
yes. Thank you for reminding me. So, to address the elephant in the room, this is extremely ironic because I did that rant, that things that pissed me off episode about country music all those years ago. Little did I know when making that video what was to come in my life afterwards. Little did I know that so I was just in a country music video, and funny story about that. So I saw that there was a forum for it online. I filled it out, and the forum was asking me if I know how to line dance. I was being honest, and I was like, I don't. I didn't think I was going to be honest. Sorry. I didn't think I was going to get it because of that, but I, did it anyway. Then I got a confirmation email saying, great, you are in. Just come to so and so bar at so and so time on so and so day. I was like, all right. I was like, well, I guess I got it. And it was telling me I was just going to be a background. I was like, all right, well, it's like, all right, well, sucks that. I was like, well, it would have been nicer to have a bigger role. I was like, hey, experience is still experience. And so, I took up on that opportunity. And I was like, hey, I thought, I don't know how many people are going to see this video because I thought it was just for a local band at first. But, but I did it anyway, wanted to take up on that opportunity. And so I arrived on set. I was networking with people, and there are people who I'm glad that I networked with. They know some. They know some people. That's what I'm gonna say, and don't want to say who they know, but anyways, I met a friend of mine named Jesse on set. My first time meeting him is his first time meeting me, and
Well, I'd hope if time meet each other, like I've met you, but you haven't met me.
never thought of phrasing it that way. But anyways, it wasn't like I was being creepy about it. It's just he was going inside, and then we were socializing. So something on my gut was telling me that I should follow him, and I did. And there was this girl I like named Carly, who's the CEO of this entertainment agency, and she was welcoming me. She was wanting me to sign some documents, and she was saying that they were behind on things. And me wanting to be professional and nice about it, I was like, all right, well, I can definitely help around, because if they're behind on things, then that means that they need help. So I was helping them out, setting stuff up. And when I followed Jesse inside, I was just talking to people. And the director of the music video, who's from Los Angeles, spotted me. And I was at the right place at the right time. And then he asked me if I wanted a bigger role. And what I thought was, well, does a bear shit in the woods? Of course I want a bigger role. Like, what kind of question is that?
Yeah, I just want to be in the background.
And so now that the music video is out, now I can finally talk about this. Uh, so he told me I'm gonna have a fight scene. All right. All right. Now I'm back into focus. But yeah, sorry to distract people from getting to the video. It's just the pure irony of this because of one of my old pissed off videos. But anyways, back to what I was saying. He told me I'm gonna have a fight scene with this guy, and that my character gets framed for stealing his wallet. And he told me I'm gonna have a beer bottle smashed onto the back of my head. And I was like, okay, well, as long as I'm not gonna go to the emergency room, because I don't want to go to the emergency room. And he was like, no, 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 no. It's not a real beer bottle.
Sugar glass.
Yeah, I believe so. Like, it's made out of this material where when you break it, it looks like it's a beer bottle being broken, and and that and that it's definitely not sharp.
I know they still do it, but back in the day, they used instead of sand glass, like real glass, they make it out of sugar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's what it was made out of. I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't be surprised.
Did you taste it afterwards?
No. But yeah, I definitely know. But yeah, I definitely know where you got that from. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, he was telling me how to do the fight scene, and it was something that I quickly adapted about. So that tells me that I'm definitely a pretty fast learner. And yeah, he was showing me how to do the fight scene, who I'm gonna do the fight scene with. And when I was doing that fight scene, people were hollering and cheering, and where where everybody was wanting to talk to me, and I felt really, really like it made me feel good about myself. It made me feel like that I accomplished something with my life. And then so about the me thinking it was just a local band. And then Jesse told me who this country music artist actually is. And it's Cecily Rose. She's an up and coming country music artist. On her Instagram page, you don't believe me, look it up. She has 1 million followers on her Instagram page. And right there and right then, I was like, oh my God, people actually are going to see this video? And especially with my scene, it's a pretty big, well, not as big as Cecily Rose, but still a pretty big role nonetheless. And
Did
I was like,
sorry, did you ask her if she would make a song for your next movie?
yeah, just the pure irony of all this is that I hated country music when I was a teenager, to having this opportunity. And I mean, just imagine if I would have said, oh, I didn't like country music when I was a teenager, so therefore I'm not going to take up this opportunity. To be honest, country music's still not my go-to genre. But just imagine if I would have said, oh, country music isn't my go-to genre, so I'm going to pass up on this. Or imagine if I would have said, oh, well.
You're like, I'm not selling out. I hate country music for now and forever.
Yeah, or yeah, that. And imagine if I would have said, well, just imagine, well, I don't want to just be a background role, so I'm not going to take up on this opportunity. I would have missed out. And so I hope people can, learn something out of that, that don't let opportunities pass on by.
Good advice. Sometimes you got to grab them while you can.
Yep. Sometimes you got to take that risk, because if you don't, you could miss out.
Yeah, like we said in episode 2 of this season, confidence.
Yep.
Gotta do it sometimes.
Yep. Definitely. And yeah, and my Instagram followers have been going up. I mean, understandably so. That country music video has been getting me a lot of attention, as you can probably imagine why. And yeah, honestly, that's got to be one of my proudest moments this entire year. It's one of my proudest moments throughout my entire life. So yeah.
Speaking of things that you used to hate as a teenager or adult, what was your opinion on revenge as in the past?
I liked Jaws the Revenge when I was a kid. Rewatching as an adult, I go, oh my God, this movie's terrible. And I explain why for almost an entire hour. But yeah, now we're 13 minutes in. Okay, let's just shut up and get to the rant already. Sorry, I am quite the talkative person. So. In this video, I had shorter hair. Oh my God.
Hey! You! Yeah! You watching! Do you want to know what pisses me off? Jaws? The Revenge. Okay, so I reviewed this movie already on my channel 10 years ago now. So I thought I should re-review it, because now that I'm a more mature individual since I reviewed it originally on my channel, I don't really think I did that great of a job, just me personally. Thought, hey, why don't I re-review it? So, the original Jaws is one of my all-time favorite films of all time.
Off topic, was it the 4th of July that why you're wearing the all-American flag shirt?
Sometimes I do wear that on the 4th of July, understandably so, but sometimes I will wear it even when it's not 4th of July, just because.
All right, just curious.
I honestly sorry. I honestly can't remember if I recorded this or not on the 4th of July, but yeah.
Masterpiece. It is a classic. Highly regarded as one of the greatest shark movies ever made, one of the greatest movies ever made. I mean, it deserves that reputation.
Ugh.
The sequels,
Excuse me.
Jaws 2, I only saw it once, and I kind of felt like I never needed to watch it ever again. It was okay. It's just not as good as the first Jaws. Even the filmmakers themselves even acknowledged during the making of Jaws 2 that, yeah, we don't know if we can get lightning in a bottle twice, but we don't want someone else to do it, so we'll just do it. Jaws 3! One of the worst special effects ever.
Was that the 3D one?
Yep.
Jaws 3D.
Oh god, like that effect at around the end when that shark is swimming towards him and it breaks the glass. The shark isn't even moving. That is not. That's one of the worst special effects I have ever seen.
Yeah, it was bad. Jaws 3 was really bad. Just when you thought the Jaws franchise couldn't get more ridiculous. You know how there's all these ridiculous shark movies now, like Sharktopus, Sharknado, and whatnot? This is the original.
Real fast, have your movies sequels been getting better or than the first one, or are they being worse like the Jaws ones have?
Well, my second movie is a huge improvement over my original movie. So my movies had the opposite effect, where my movies got better, where Jaws, the opposite happened, where they got worse.
See, you're doing it all wrong, Eric. You gotta get worse, not better. Go on.
That's hilarious.
Jaws 3, you could argue that was the original ridiculous shark movie, but as far as being like having a ridiculous concept, this is the original. I mean, unless if there's some other ones out there I just don't know of. But man, Jaws it's so funny because the first Jaws is regarded as one of the greatest movies ever made, while the fourth and final movie in the same franchise is regarded as one of the worst movies ever made, and this movie freaking deserves it! And I did research after rewatching this piece of crap. The filmmakers themselves were trying to come up with a plot for a fourth Jaws movie because Universal thought, hey, we have a franchise here and we can make money off of this. Each movie after the first made less and less money. And then they were like, shoot, we got to come up with something.
Wait, oops, hold on.
I just
Sorry.
had to yawn, so sorry.
I actually muted this page. Muted it.
Oh, okay, well then unmute it.
And somebody came up with this whole thing about the shark getting revenge. They knew, according to the director, they knew this was a stupid idea. But they did it anyway because, quote, they thought they could make it work. You thought you could make this ridiculous, loony, vacuous idea work? What were you thinking? So, the movie begins with Chief Brody's younger son from the first movie. He's all grown up, taking his father's footsteps by getting in the police force. And then, I mean, this is not a spoiler. The movie came out in 1987. It's been long enough now, and really, who cares about spoilers for Jaws the Revenge?
Real fast, spoilers. It was a sled. And Rosebud was a sled. Just right.
If it was a new movie, then that would be different. But this movie came out in 1987, so please don't give me that fallacious argument. His death scene is so lame, it's so horribly edited, all these quick cuts, you could barely tell what's going on. And before then, there was a little bit of foreshadowing with Ellen Brody cooking a fish. I thought that was cool foreshadowing. That's one of the only good things about this movie. But then afterwards, her hand is obviously sped up. Yeah, the editing in this movie is terrible. It's like, why in the world did you need to speed up her arm with cooking and getting things out of the refrigerator? Do they really think that our attention span is that short? Oh, you gotta speed up her getting things from the refrigerator? I mean, that part really sticks out like a sore thumb because nothing else in the movie is sped up like that. It's so unnecessary. And when Chief Brody's son gets his arm bitten off, he just looks at him casually. And then it kind of takes a while to figure out, hey, my arm's bitten off. And then he starts screaming, oh, but the Christmas carolers are singing, so that's why they can't hear him. Now, that's one of my problems with this movie. It's set during Christmas? Okay, I understand they wanted to do something different from the other movies. I get that.
So, are you saying Jaws: The Revenge is not the next Die Hard Christmas movie?
Yeah, there's all this debate if Die Hard's a Christmas movie or not. I say that it is, but if anyone's going to get into a heated argument over that, well, then that's petty. But, I mean, Jaws: The Revenge, the beginning is set around Christmas time, but then the later half is set in the Bahamas. So I don't know if Jaws: The Revenge is a Christmas movie. I mean, if somebody were to say it is, I'll go fine. I'm not going to argue that, but I guess it just depends on the person.
But it really felt pointless to set this during Christmas. It really added nothing to the plot. And whenever people think of Jaws, they think of a summer movie. I mean, for crying out loud, it's about a shark at a beach. The beach is one of the first things that comes to your mind when you think of summer. So that's why Jaws is always one of the movies that are watched during the summertime. The last thing that I'm thinking of during Christmas time is the beach. Unless if you live in places like California and whatnot, now that's different. But not every place is like California though. So, get this. The shark is out for revenge on the Brody family. And Ellen Brody is so convinced by this. So, Martin Brody, the main character from the first two, his character died. They did try to get Roy Scheider to come back, but he said that even Satan himself couldn't even get him to do another Jaws movie, and that's a very strong statement. Probably because that Roy Scheider knew, oh man, how big of a stinky pile of poo this movie is. And if he would have said yes, his character would have been killed off in the beginning. So they replaced Martin Brody with his son being killed off in the beginning. And I just kind of feel like, that just takes a big crap on his character arc from the first two movies. So to think that this movie could have been even worse if they brought back Roy Scheider. Man, we dodged a bullet, but we didn't dodge that much of a bullet because the movie still sucks. So you want to know what Ellen Brody...
So, what do you think would happen if he had come back?
About what, sorry?
You said it's glad thing he didn't come back. What would happen if he came back, you think?
Well, like I said, it would have taken a dump on his character arc. So, like what? Like, he overcame his fear of sharks, only for him to just get killed off? It's like, screw that.
Brody says to explain her husband's death. Oh man, prepare for sheer stupidity. I mean, if you thought flat Earth was stupid, behold, it was the fear of the shark that killed him. What? What? Out of everybody in the franchise, he should be the last person to be afraid of sharks. He killed 2 of them, you moron! How in the world does somebody who killed 2 freaking sharks die from the fear of a shark? Are you freaking kidding me? And then her son is being irrational, like, no, Dad died from a heart attack. No, the fear of it. The fear of the shark killed him. So he had a heart attack because of the fear of... What? What? Somebody got paid money to write that fallacious dialogue. I mean, is it possible to be that afraid of something that you die from it? I mean, I may not be an expert about that, but somebody please tell me. Is it actually possible to die from being afraid of something?
I think it might be. I'm not sure.
I don't know either, but
Like your mental image is so. At least it's a theory. It's a hypothesis, at least, that if you're like in a visual setting or something, a dream maybe. I think mostly virtual settings. If you die in your dream, or if you die in your heart or brain will think it's real. I don't know if it's been proven or not, but that's a theory. That's a hypothesis, at least.
But yeah, but regardless, though, he killed 2 sharks in Jaws 1 and in Jaws 2. So, wouldn't he be not afraid of sharks after that?
Yeah. But the movies are making like it's the same shark. It's come back from it's a zombie shark.
Yeah.
It's come back again. Or regenerating. Like,
Yeah, and about that, so it doesn't make sense that the shark would want revenge, because the sharks in the first 2 movies died, and the shark in the 3rd movie died. So is this shark like a cousin or a relative?
or like the mafia. Mafia.
But yeah, well, that's why that plot is so stupid.
I mean, was the writer on drugs? Thinking, yeah, man. So I know we can't get Roy Scheider back because he's too smart for this, so we should yeah, man, make him afraid shark and that kills him. Oh man, I deserve a raise, man. Man, these drugs are way too tight, man. Oh shoot, what I did with those 2 sharks was scary. Ah! I mean, if not that, the script had to have been written by a 5-year-old or something, man. So the other son is now a marine biologist. Of course he is in the Jaws movie. Because what else would make sense? Like, well, so what? Would he go get in construction or something? Or a cashier at a grocery store?
Oh
No. He's got to be a marine biologist because it's convenient for the plot. So, when Ellen Brody's grieving, he says, hey, why don't you come to the Bahamas with us? I mean, isn't that the worst thing that you could tell somebody after they lost their loved one from a shark in the water? Hey, let's go on vacation to the water. I mean, that's like saying that you're gonna tell somebody who lost somebody from a fire, hey, let's go hang out in a burning city. That should help you with your grieving, right? And this is where the film itself negates itself. It debunks itself. It knows how ridiculous this is, but it plays it off like it's being serious. The other son, who's a marine biologist, he says, oh, great white sharks don't like warm water.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. Cold-blooded animals don't like warm water. They like to stay cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised that sharks could be that far up north, where the show was recently at. Because the waters were warmer, but that's just.
But this is where they contradict themselves. The shark? I kid you not. I swear on my life and soul, I'm not making this crap up. I couldn't even make up something this stupid, even if I tried. The shark follows them to the Bahamas. What kind of shark is this, man? Does this shark have superpowers? I mean, did it walk on land and overhear their dialogue like, hey, we're gonna go to the Bahamas? But it is implied that Ellen Brody and the shark have a psychic connection. So, I mean, just listen to how stupid that sounds. This is the best that they could come up with?
Oh my god.
What? So is that how the shark knew that they're going to the Bahamas? I mean, this shark defies all laws of physics and logic. I mean, this isn't just some shark. This is some supernatural super shark or something, because it wants revenge. And again, this is where they contradict themselves. In Jaws 2, this character tells Martin Brody, sharks don't take things personal. They obviously did not see Jaws 2, and that one line in Jaws 2 refused this whole entire movie! Oh my lord! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness gracious, man! The incompetence is just too much to handle, man! You know, if you're gonna do a sequel to a movie that has other sequels, I think it probably would be a good idea. Oh, maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm just the only rational one here. But I think you should watch the other sequels before you make a sequel to it. I mean, wouldn't that make sense to you? I mean, this shark must be really pissed if it's willing to put up with climate that it doesn't like in order to get to these people. And what does the shark have against the Brodies? It's obviously not the same shark from the first movie, because that shark blew up into smithereens. And the shark in Jaws 2, it got electrocuted and died. The shark in Jaws 3 blew up in a Looney Tunes-like manner. So what, is this like a cousin or nephew of the shark from the first movie? But listen to how stupid that sounds! Okay, so I liked this movie when I was a kid because A, it was a Jaws movie, and B, I did like the personal aspects of it, because personal aspects to a story do make it more engaging. So that's probably why they thought they could make it work. Here's the problem. Goes back to Jaws 2. Personal aspects to a story work for movies like Captain America Civil War, Batman 1989, and etc. You wanna know why? Because humans take things personal. So it works. But it doesn't work here. Because I don't know about you, but the shark is not a person! Sharks don't take things personal! And there is absolutely no suspense. The suspense in the first movie is what made people so afraid to go into the water. I mean, people were too afraid to even go inside their bathtub or even take a dump in the toilet. Yeah, it was because of the build-up to the shark. All the suspense in the first movie. Oh, it made it work. But in this, there's no build-up, no suspense. They just show the shark. They just show it. Just show it swimming, minding its own business, traveling to go after the Brody family. I mean, I didn't feel 1 ounce of dread throughout this entire movie. And I mean, this shark better have a really good scheme for its revenge. Oh, let me think. What is your scheme? Oh, sneaking up on them in the water and eating them? Sounds like a great plan. They actually tried to have us take this seriously. I mean, after the movie came out, comedians were making fun of how ridiculous the plot is. And then that's why Universal hasn't made another Jaws movie since then. I mean, some franchises have been able to recover after having a bad movie. Like James Bond. I mean, that franchise has had quite a bit of bad movies. Jurassic Park 3 was really bad. But that franchise was able to recover. Now, yes, Jurassic Park 3 is a bad movie, but at least it's not one of the worst movies ever made. But this, this is the only franchise I can think of, a big name franchise that has never recovered after one bad movie. Ouch! I mean, that's a huge sign by how bad this movie really is. This movie is so lazy. They rip off the scene from the first movie when Martin Brody and his son are copying each other, that touchy moment. They rip that off in this movie. How lazy. And they steal footage from the first movie. Remember that footage of the shark blowing up and it sinks? They steal that footage! Really? You're that lazy? You really couldn't just make new footage of a decomposed, blown up shark? So, if they really want to go with the personal aspect of the plot, it would make more sense if Ellen Brody and the family would be the one to take it personal. But the characters are complete idiots. You know, if your family has that big of problems with shark attacks, here's an idea. Why don't you go move to a place where there are no sharks? Where there is no ocean, like where I live in Montana.
But then the shark would go up the river.
And then the shark would fly on land, because if the plot's going to be this ridiculous, might as well should do that, right?
Is there any rivers or lake that travel? Is there any rivers or lakes in Montana that get to the Atlantic or Pacific Ocean?
No, but according to this movie's logic, geographically that shouldn't matter.
Or Canada or something. And Ellen Brody says, "Oh, I never want you to go near the ocean ever again. You're never going near water ever again." And the very next scene, they go to the Bahamas. Are you freaking kidding me? Beavis and Butthead are smarter than that. Even Beavis and Butthead wouldn't do something as stupid as that. Oh, but of course I have to go to the Bahamas because it's convenient for the plot. Some of the other lines of dialogue are really atrocious. Like, the marine biologist guy, the son of Martin Brody, he says this bit of dialogue to make love with his wife. "Oh, I always get turned on by a welder, and who's about to weld and is dirty." What in the world about that would turn you on?
Well, it could be worse. It's like, I get turned on by shark attacks.
That would be funny.
And it turns her on? Why would that turn anybody on? And the acting, when some of the characters, when this Martin Peeble, the actor who plays the Mexican guy, I forget his character's name. When his character first sees a shark, he turns his head. Sorry for the vulgar language. He says, "Oh shit." It's the way how he said it. Oh shit. Really? That's how you're gonna react to a shark that's right next to you? If I saw a shark, I would go, "Holy crap! It's a shark! Holy crap!" I mean, he didn't sound worried or concerned at all.
Oh no, I've been shot. Whatever shall I do?
Oh no, I got my foot cut off. Like, that sounded so convincing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whoever the director was, or the voice director, or whatever, or the real director, it'd be like, tell your actors to show some emotion. You ever had that problem when you're directing? You're like, you have to reduce some scenes because they didn't show any emotions or anything, or too much emotion, or not enough emotion.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, one thing I'll say about this rant, I get it. I had a lot of things to say about the movie, but I think I made this video a little bit too long.
You want to skip the next movie? Or you want to finish this off?
Let's finish this off, and then we'll continue on with the rest of the series.
Well, next episode is about Christmas.
Oh, that's funny.
And then when Michael Caine does the same thing, it's really funny when he says, "Oh shit," when he sees the shark. Oh man, it's funny. I can't believe they got Michael Caine to do this movie. But even Michael Caine acknowledges, yeah, this was just a paycheck movie. Even Michael Caine acknowledges how bad of a movie this is. Speaking of Michael Caine, there's one shot when his character rises up from the water and his shirt is dry. Wait. If I were to, dive in the water, then after I come out, my shirt's gonna be wet.
Apparently, he's related to Poseidon. He don't get wet unless he wants to be wet.
Is there some super shield around his shirt or something? And Michael Caine said the reason for that, it took so long for them to set up the next shot that his shirt dried from the sun. You really? So wait, you mean to tell me they couldn't just have him go dive back in the water and get wet again? For crying out loud, they're surrounded by water! Oh man, the other logical inconsistency is that, so with the shark's point of view, it's above the water, but when you see the shark, the shark is just his fin. So this shark must have some serious superpowers that it can see above the water when its eyes are underwater. What kind of shark is this, man? And get this, before the shark gets to one of Chief Brody's kids, the one who became a police chief or whatever, as soon as the shark rises up, there's already blood in its mouth. Man, this is one of the most sensitive sharks in the world. What? There's one part, I kid you not, the shark swims backwards. Sharks can't swim backwards. You know?
With the window down or something? Huh? Can you hear me?
Sorry about that. I have my mic on mute, but yeah, I think it was too close to like the fan or something.
Alright.
So yeah, this video. What happened for the I should have done a second take on that.
Yeah.
Hey Eddie.
So, Eddie, what's your opinion on the Jaws movies?
All logic in this movie is thrown right out the window. And if you thought that was bad, at the very end, I kid you not, I am... Look at my eyes when I say this. I'm being dead freaking serious. See how serious I am with my eyes? If you thought the shark swimming backwards was stupid, I kid you not. They do some electrocuting crap to the shark. I'm being dead serious. I'm not kidding. I'm being dead serious. The shark roars like a dinosaur. Like Godzilla. Maybe they're trying to make it more dramatic, but no, it doesn't make it more dramatic. It makes it... It makes it ridiculous! There were dramatic moments in the first movie, but they didn't have to resort to stupidity with it! The shark roars! And even worse, I kid you not, it's the same roars used in a Tom and Jerry cartoon. What? It's the same roar used in a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Oh man, that's so horrifying. That's so horrifying. Fuck Tom and Jerry? That's where they could find the most frightening roar? From Tom and Jerry? Man! Oh man. Oh man, what were they thinking, man? And then, going back to the shark being so sensitive, they stab it with the boat, and then it blows up. Huh? Oh. Okay, so Spielberg knew that realistically when the shark wouldn't have blown up with the thing in its mouth, but he knew that he would have the audience in his hands and that they would buy it because they were so engaged in the story. The director of this said the same thing. But here's the problem. We weren't invested in your ridiculous story of the shark taking things personal. So it doesn't work here, buddy. If you pause it just at the right moments when the shark gets stabbed, the special effects are so atrociously awful. I guess I have to show you how stupid it is. Speaking of bad effects, I kid you not, there's one part of the movie.
That did look bad.
If you pause it just right, you can see the mechanical parts of the shark right underneath, like that, hold it up. Don't believe me? Here it is. Talking about this movie's making me lose my sanity. And I do this just for your entertainment. You should all be thankful for what I do for all of you. I mean, talk about how sensitive a shark this is. It blows up by just being stabbed. I mean, that makes sense, right? If I were to stab you, you're just gonna blow up? And during that scene, Ellen Brody is having flashbacks to scenes that she was not a part of in the first Jaws. She's having flashbacks to her kid in the beginning of this movie getting killed. She wasn't there. You know, if we're gonna have flashbacks for something, it's something that you experienced. How in the world is she having memories for events that she was not there for? So, Ellen Brody then gets this idea. I'm gonna confront the shark. So she gets on a boat, is going after the shark, but it's not clear what is her plan. She doesn't bring any weapons or anything. If you really want to confront this shark, wouldn't you bring weapons? Why didn't she bring any weapons? So what? Were you planning on sacrificing herself so that the shark would leave her family alone? What? The writing in this movie is so bad.
And Jaws Part 8, the granddaughter faces off with the shark. This time, it's personal.
You know, when he said that, it reminds me of Back to the Future 2, where they actually did a parody of like the poster for this movie. So the tagline for this movie was "This time it's personal," but for Jaws 19 and Back to the Future 2, it's like, "This time it's really, really personal."
It doesn't make any sense. So that one side character, played by Mario Van Peebles, it's made clear his character died, but then, he survived, with no explanation how he survived. Huh? So then how did the characters get back to land after they blew up the shark? Their plane was crashed, their boat was ruined. You know, they could have shown a scene of them swimming back. They never did. What? Come on! And the shark, I mean, you want to hear something really stupid? In the novelization, they explain why the shark is seeking revenge on them. In this, they cut it out. I mean, the explanation is stupid. So maybe they dodged a bullet, but it already was stupid enough that, hey, why don't you just scrap the whole thing about the shark taking it personally? Come up with a better plot? You want to know what the explanation is in the novelization? Here. I'm going to tell you. Voodoo. Voodoo. The shark is seeking revenge on the Brody family in the novelization of Jaws the Revenger because of voodoo. That is the best they could come up with. Voodoo. Voodoo? Are you kidding me? Voodoo? 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 What? I mean, if that would have been in the movie, would have made it that much more ridiculous. But voodoo?
How much longer
This
is
was
there
the last
this episode?
theatrical movie that
5
was
minutes.
directed by the director of this. I understand why. The final film role for Lorraine Gary. Her first movie was the first Jaws, and then her last movie was the final Jaws movie. I guess she only did it because it's a Jaws movie. That's what started her career.
And it is, apparently.
But she takes this role so seriously. She portrays it with such seriousness. With a plot that's this ridiculous. If you're gonna be this ridiculous, at least embrace it. But it doesn't work in the Jaws franchise because they took things so seriously than the first movie. We need a bigger boat. More like, you need a bigger bottle of Tylenol to get yourself through this pile of crap. I'll give credit where credit's due. One of the only good things about this movie is the musical score. I do like the variation they had of the Jaws theme in this. It was a good rendition of the Jaws theme. It's one of the only good things about the movie. You know what they could have done to add suspense to the shark going after the family? At least some suspense. Why couldn't they just show a shot of the shark's fin just swimming forward and play the Jaws theme? Why couldn't they do that instead of, just showing the shark? They didn't know what they were doing with this movie. I mean, it's so evident that they didn't. I mean, were they inebriated when they made this movie? They were gonna make a good movie, but then they got high and drunk. They actually were gonna put some effort into it, but they got high and drunk. Now this movie is a pile of crap, and we all know why. Why, man? Hey, hey. Because they got high and drunk. Because they got high and drunk. Because they got high and drunk. La da 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 da. This movie sucks. Big balls, big balls. Holy crap, this movie freaking sucks. Holy crap, this movie freaking sucks. You wanna know what else is sad? Judith Barcy, who voiced Ducky in the first Land Before Time, she's in this movie. She didn't live for that very long. This was one of her last movies because she got murdered afterwards. It's so sad that this had to have been one of her last movies. Oh man. What were they? I can't emphasize this enough. I mean, this is just as bad as the old design for Sonic. It's just... This is one of the worst movies ever made. No wonder why there was never a Jaws 5. I know my last episode of things that pissed me off, there was talk of a Jaws remake. Thank goodness that came from a very unreliable source, so that's obviously not true. Thank goodness! Oh man, thank goodness. If they ever do a remake of Jaws, I will want to protest. And it's ironic because of the protest that's going on now. But obviously I'm not going to burn down Hollywood or anything, because that's just taking it too far. But man, this movie is so bad that it gave me a headache. Man, give me that big bottle of Tylenol just to get me through this pile of crap. Well, anyways, you'll get my point by now. This movie freaking sucks. Thank you all for watching. Well, anyways, I'm out. Have a nice freaking day.
All right, well,
So, did you learn anything from this movie about your? Did you learn anything about this movie when you made your movies? Did you learn
yeah,
from it?
I've learned if you're gonna have a ridiculous concept, the only way how you can make it work is when you don't take the movie seriously. Oh my God! Talk about a fall from grace to go from a masterpiece like Jaws to Jaws the Revenge. Yeah, Eddie, to be fair, I don't think anyone actually. Well, I liked it when I was a kid, but you know, you're a kid.
So you think each time you think each time they're like, how can we make this movie worse? All 4 times or all 3 times?
Yeah, and it's telling how there never was a Jaws movie after this.
I guess he got revenge. Like, I'm done. My revenge is complete now.
Honestly, I'm actually surprised that there wasn't a Jaws movie after this, considering that there was a resurgence in popularity of shark movies with The Meg and 47 Meters Down, The Shallows. So I'm really surprised that Universal didn't take advantage of that and cash in on that trend and made a new Jaws movie, considering that Jaws is an intellectual property that they do have, and it does have the name value.
Hey, Bree, if you're still watching this, maybe one of your next cryptic corner things can be about shark monsters or something like that.
But yeah, Jaws 2, it's okay. Like, I can watch it, but it's not as good as the original Jaws.
Oh, but
But yeah. So what were your thoughts on my rant?
It was believable.
You can be honest.
I think it was one of your more passionate ones.
Yeah, considering that I love the original Jaws.
Oh.
But did you think it was funny though?
Oh yeah.
Probably the funniest part is when I'm like, "Oh shoot, that was scary! What I did with those other sharks." But yeah, so what I was talking about earlier in this live stream, did you watch that country music video that I was in?
Oh, so I gotta do that soon. I haven't had time.
Well, shoot.
I went to see. Yeah, I had my first meeting with my counselor therapist today.
All right, and how did that go?
Good progress. So yeah, I'm going so things won't piss me off as much.
Well, hey, I mean, we talked about it earlier in this video, and it correlates to things that piss me off with the country music episode. Why don't we just watch it right here, right now?
You want to screen share it?
Sure.
Give me
All
a
right.
second. Give me 1 second.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta get signed in, so I don't want people seeing my password. So
We'll be back after these messages. I'm sure you can find one for your creature corner thing if you find one or whatever it's that. I can't remember your. I said this a second ago.
okay, doing the screen share again. All right, you can see my screen. Great. Excuse me. Here we go.
Empower your students at every stage of the writing process with Grammarly's generative AI. Use it.
Don't get me wrong, don't want him back, but he's throwing shade, doing me like that, throwing trash in his truck full of grass he even grew back. She got cheap red lipstick, dollar store smeared on his face from the night before, and that rapper seats her to every bar. She's a small town rebound, at least she owns it. She's been rolled hard, she's been put up flat. He must have lost his mind, letting that in his bed. She leaves the keys with the bouncer at the door, and an imprint on the hardwood floor. When she stands up, it ain't for long, you know. We gon' have a hoedown. There gon' be a hoedown. Perfect 10 reps, that Tennessee orange. She's cheaper than a bottom shelf liquor store, and her self-dyed bleach blonde burn off her dead ends. You went from a 10 like me to on a good day might be a 3. Yeah, she's a knockoff, but hey, at least she's easy. She's been rolled hard, she's been put up flat. He must have lost his mind, letting that in his bed. She leaves the keys with the bouncer at the door, and an imprint on the hardwood floor. When she stands up, it ain't for long, you know. We gon' have a hoedown. There gon' be a hoedown. Throw your hands up if you wanna see a hoedown. Throw your hands up if you've ever seen a hoedown. Yeah, stick around and pour one more. It's only a matter of time before she hits the floor. Yeah, turn up if
Here we
you wanna
go.
see a hoedown. She's been rolled hard, she's been put up flat. He must have lost his mind, letting that in his bed. She leaves the keys with the bouncer at the door, and an imprint on the hardwood floor. When she stands up, it ain't for long, you know. We gon' have a hoedown. There gon' be a hoedown.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah. So what did you think of my fight scene?
little, little quick, but believable.
But yeah, I mean, everyone's been telling me that I did a great job, especially with the angry face that I had on, because it makes sense. My character would be angry after having a beer bottle smashed on his head.
It's too bad the attack was from the back, not the front. I mean, to see your face from the he attacked.
Yeah, but it's a surprise attack. So
did you have to do it just one time, one take, or did you have to take several takes?
I had to do that 3 times because one time there was one take where I forgot to react to it. But yeah, my adrenaline was going that entire time doing that. So
what do y'all in chat? What do y'all think about his music video?
yeah. What do all of you think of my fight scene?
Yeah, we're waiting for the replies. Let's check out Christmas. Well, that pisses you off.
Yeah.
I need to share the screen. That might help.
All right. Well, that was. Yeah, this is the remake of episode 4. Already, this has much better camera work than the original. Thank you, Eddie. All right, after this, I think we should call it quits.
Every single individual that you see here in Billings, Montana, absolutely positively liked Christmas a lot. But however, though, the Eric who lived just north of Billings, Montana,
My apartment.
did
my old one.
not.
Shorter hair.
Do you want to know what really pisses me off? This holly jolly
The editing, I think, could have been
Christmas
better.
junk. Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Makes you want to hurl seeing how people get all holly jolly. Got a cough of a hairball thinking about that holly jolly Christmas junk. The greatest time of the year. Yeah, right. It's the most overrated, overly commercial, disgusting time of year. Bah humbug. I don't like Christmas. I don't like it one little bit.
Now please do not ask why, because nobody quite knows the reason. It could be maybe, perhaps, that his shoes were a little bit too tight. It could have been that his head was just not screwed on just right. But what I think is the most likely reason of them all was that his heart was 2 sizes too small.
Yes! Down a size and a half. Oh, noise. Oh, the noise. I can't take it anymore. I can't take this Christmas hogwash any longer. I can't take it anymore. I've put up with it long enough now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how?
Eric stood there as he thought and he thought, but then he thought of an idea.
I know just what to do.
The Eric thought of an awful idea.
With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. Your mean one, Mr. Eric. Jack. You're as clean as a bed of thorns. You're as charming as a gray bear, Mr. Eric. You're a pineapple with a stinky stink. To face the music, you're an angry one, Mr. Eric. Your heart is an empty hole. Your brain is full of gunk, and your skunk is full of soul, Mr. Eric. I won't even touch you at all. 109 foot hole.
So it's just like it's a parody of.
Yeah, it's a parody of the Grinch, which is what Part 4 was, but this is a remake of it. So
Let's skip it. I said you want to skip it.
but yeah, after this, we definitely will call it quits.
So you want to finish this one then?
Yeah, let's finish this one, and then then we'll continue on.
My plan is coming full circle now. I will take all the presents. Then that way, I will stop this Christmas from happening. But first, I got to find a reindeer. Where can I find one? Better start looking now, before it's too late. Dang it. I can't find any. Running out of time. Shoot! I don't know what to do!
And did that
Hi,
stop
Simba.
you, Eric? No.
Hi.
It did not.
Simba's so
I
sweet.
can't find a reindeer. I'll make one instead. You better quit wagging that tail, dog. Or should I say, Rudolph?
Oh man, I had to take so many takes of that because it was hard to keep Simba still wearing that thing.
He went to every single house in the neighborhood. He took all their presents. Every single one. Not a single present was left behind. And why that mean old Eric even took stuff from their stockings. He took their ornaments. He took every single thing. In their own game of Uno, that jerk. Eric literally and figuratively took their joy. The Eric even tried to take bananas. Well, at least he attempted to.
He took everything except for that.
But then the Eric said, screw it, I'm gonna take the onion instead. And why that mean old Eric even took the last box of angel hair pasta.
Free copy of Scarface. Yes, please.
He slithered and slunked.
And Simba.
But last of all, he wanted to take the Christmas tree.
Now at last, I'll stuff up the tree.
Santa? What are you doing with my tree?
Oh. Hi there, little girl. Can I help?
Yes, hi there, little girl.
Yeah.
You should have gotten your nephew to play the little kid or something.
I should have. I didn't think of that.
help you with anything?
Okay,
The clever Mr. Eric stood there as he thought of what to do, but he thought of a lie, and he thought of it quick.
Why, my sweet little dot.
The fake Santa Claus lied.
There's a light on the screen. A book light on one side. So I'm gonna take it back to my workshop. I'll take it back to my workshop. And I'll bring it back here.
oh, well, okay. But, I thought Santa was supposed to be fat.
Well, I lost weight.
Aren't you supposed to have a beard?
Well, I shaved.
Okay, then. Merry Christmas, Santa.
Well, that was a close one. That's a sweet little kid. Just a character. They'll be waking up now. And they'll cry. Pleasure with this. Yo, what up, homie G? Where did all my presents go, homie G? Stealing from the hood? From another mother? What's up with this crap, homie G? My Christmas presents are gone, homie G. Some little sneaker McNugget stole my Christmas presents, homie G. This ain't cool, homie. Yeah, this ain't cool, homie. Why else we do this, man, homie G Skillet? This ain't cool. This ain't cool, man.
Presents? They're good? How could this be? I sound gullible. You know what? Maybe Christmas. Maybe we don't need our presents to be happy on Christmas. We can have a lovely Christmas all together. So how about this? Let's all sing together.
Oh, yes, my plan's working. Now let's hear more of those cries.
The Eric could not believe what he just heard. It completely caught him off guard.
Maybe Christmas.
Perhaps.
Doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas. Perhaps. Means just a little bit more.
And then on that faithful day, Eric's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Help me, Simba. I'm feeling. I must return the Christmas presents immediately. 我去给什么？don't have to be my reindeer anymore. Okay. Okay. Stop. Stop. I said stop. I said stop. I said stop. Stop me, stop.
Hello, citizens of Billings. I just wanted to return your presents. As I thought.
Now who's hungry for steak?
And so on that day, the Eric returned their presents, and then they celebrated Christmas together. The Eric learned the true meaning of Christmas that day.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
And a happy new year.
And that's the end.
Wow.
So what were your thoughts on that one? You can be honest.
I don't think it really pissed you off. I think that's more of a parody than that's actually pissed you off.
Yeah. Which, and I mean, the argument can be made that that's how I got away with it, was under parody law. And that's how that they got away with making the Grinch horror movie, was since that the Grinch is not public domain, they got away with it under parody law. They just couldn't call him the Grinch. That's why he's called the mean one.
So are you going to do a thing that pissed me off horror movie now?
I guess it could work. But yeah, anyways, we probably should wrap this up. So,
right. So what's coming up on your channel?
Coming on my channel, some more episodes of Let's Watch a Movie, the third movie, and my 15th anniversary Q&A live stream. So
nice. Hope I can be there for that. For me, I don't think I have anything planned this Saturday unless you want to do another episode of Thing That Pissed Me Off this Saturday or not. But if not, then next Wednesday, I am interviewing Sarah Karloff, the daughter of Frankenstein.
But yeah, definitely watch her father's movies. At least the Frankenstein ones. Until then.
But in the meantime, never stop learning and enjoy the randomness. We'll see you all next time.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Later.